Hi everyone, John at Mont Blanc Guides here. Welcome to Chamonix in November. This is our end of season 2023 summary video. I'm going to talk about what went well this season, what didn't go quite so well, and how the year was different to the previous year. So stick around. First up then, what percentage of our courses made the summit in 2023? If you've seen last year's summary video, then you'll know that in 2022 we only managed to get to the top with 40% of our courses. Now that's pretty much as bad as it's ever got for us, so we really needed 2023 to get us back to normality, and happily that's pretty much what happened, and we got the number back to something around 60%, which, though it's not brilliant, is nevertheless not far off an average figure. Now, we have actually managed quite a bit better than that in recent years. In 2019 and 2021 we got 80% of our courses to the summit, but it just goes to show the extent to which every year really is different. So the month of June was a really good example of this. In 2022 we had a dry winter which left very little snow in the high mountains and very icy conditions. On top of this we had a new crevasse open up in the top thin ridge section of Mont Blanc, which left the route much more technical than it normally would be, and though we made the top quite a few times, it was only with the very strongest people, because for anyone on the limit of their fitness, it was just going to be too much. All in all, we didn't have a very good June and we didn't get many people to the top of Mont Blanc in 2022. Fast forward to this year, June 23 then, and I'm happy to say we had fantastic conditions and all of these problems went away. We had a snowier winter which helped to fill in the crevasse and cover up the exposed ice. And of the 11 courses that we ran in June 23, 10 of them summited, and as often as not with everyone on the team making it as well. So overall, a hugely better month and really no comparison at all with the previous year. All this to say then that not only are there often big differences in climbing conditions between one year and the next, but also the same month across different years can have vastly different success rates. So if we expand it out now to look at the whole of the last two seasons, in 2022 we had a terrible June due to the bizarrely icy conditions plus some bad weather. July was mostly average with mixed weather and okay conditions until the heat wave started in the last week. And from around the 25th of July to the 25th of August, we couldn't cross the Grand Corps at all because it was just too hot and there was too much stonefall. It finally cooled down again in the last week of August and we had a very successful period through to the end of September, but we still ended up with an overall success rate for 2022 of only 40%. Then in 2023 we got off to a blistering start with almost everyone making the top in June with near perfect weather and conditions. July and August with a normal mix of good and bad weather, and then in the last week of August, unfortunately, it warmed up again to the point where we started to have problems with rockfall. Now this wasn't as bad as the previous year, it was more just persistent warm weather rather than a blazingly hot heat wave, but it came at the end of the season when there was no snow left lying around to hold things together, and it meant we barely summited in September. Now, to put all of this into perspective, bear in mind these are both below average seasons for us, one considerably so. And in 2019, which was one of our best seasons ever, we had great conditions for pretty much the entire year. And you'll notice I've made this one bigger on the screen than the other two. Overall then, we reckon on an average of about 66% chance of getting a shot at the summit of Mont Blanc on one of our courses. Now, this is quite a bit lower than bigger peaks like Kilimanjaro, Elbrus or even Aconcagua, but Mont Blanc's a much steeper and more technical climb than any of these, and conditions have to be just right to make an ascent. As I've said before though, we're really very aware of this, and while we'll do everything we can to get you to the top of Mont Blanc, if it's really not going to be possible, we will make sure to fill your week with as many high alpine summits as we can. It's worth having a look at our 2022 summary video so you can see how every year we have different problems to face, but things are shaping up nicely for next year. I hope the huts are going to stay open longer in the future, and that'll be great as well. So we're going to keep doing these videos. You can compare and contrast the different years and really get an idea for how it works out here. That's it for now, and if you're joining us this summer, we really look forward to meeting you and climbing with you, and we hope we have a really good year. Bye for now.